Hello, welcome to the company. Well, maybe I should say that again because I probably did it too early and didn't get the first part. So, welcome into the company. Today is oh shit, I was about to say October.
We are live.
It's still March, dog.
It's still March. It is December 2nd. We made it to December. Welcome into the company. Thank you so much for joining us. I know some people are going to come in and start talking shit, blah, blah, blah. Where were y'all last week? That's my fault. I know they didn't, they're not going to admit that it was my fault, but it was.
I will.
No,
yeah, we all four of us was ready.
He was ready, motherfucker.
Wow, that didn't take much at all, did it? You motherfucker.
We had real reason.
You opened it up.
I was out of town, so like I said, welcome into the company. Thank y'all for joining us. I apologize about last week. We're gonna make it up to you. We're gonna have a real good show tonight. Don't really know what the hell we're talking about. Don't know which direction we're gonna go in. So we got me, B Lenny, got Izzo here, got Rich, got our new homeboy Nick down here, and that damn Sosa fresh off a case.
I'm fresh out.
I think that motherfucker got either black Air Force Ones or some wheat Timbs on. Which one?
Oh shit!
Y'all didn't know that wheat Timbs was coming. I never said that.
Hey, no lie. Are the wheat Timbs still in? I like the wheat Timbs, and I want to get some, but I don't want to look like 1998.
As long as you don't get the thick bottoms, you're good.
Are there different Timbs?
Gum soles joints.
You know how they got small. The soles where they got the little slit, but sometimes they got big. Don't get the big one. You get the little one.
Why you don't
get
like
the Durangos?
Man,
I don't know.
I never got with the Durango thing. Didn't know what that was about. They look like high heel boots to me.
I know somebody who did.
Hey, I was about to say, I had a pair of Durangos.
You had a pair?
I can't really.
What happened?
But I'll put in the chat. But just remember, don't get the fucking on the bottom of the shoe. How you got the ridges? Don't get the thick ridges. Get the little ridges.
I like the Timbs. I mean, I was always comfortable in Timberlands. I didn't. I can get them, and I don't want to get them and be like,
yeah, I only had 2 or 3 pairs in life. It just felt like, man, I was carrying around cinder blocks. I couldn't do it.
Damn waffles.
And I already got big feet. You know how much heavier mine are?
That's like a whole nother 20 pounds.
Thank you.
Man, you caught me in college. I had on my sweatpants and my Timberlands, walking around like I was right. Yep, this is how about these shits together? Yep. This is an outfit. How are you? But
how are you?
Anyway, welcome into December. Apparently, in South Carolina, winter decided to show up this week.
Bro, oh my god,
winter ain't coming. It's already here.
Dude, Monday night, Jesus Christ, and that wind was blowing.
It's that wind that fucks you
up. I mean, it was when we were at Carolina.
Yeah, so. I mean, that's exactly when I had them.
Yeah, so
you had them in 02.
Somewhere around there.
I just couldn't keep up. I think when the Durangos happened,
they were heavy too.
I think that's when I was like, you know what, I can't keep up with the fashion. Because before that, I could be like, okay, I need the jumper in like the 90s. And then after that, I need the big jeans. And after that, I needed the shell toes and the Timberlands. And then they started going too fast. It was like, you need the Durangos and Coogee sweaters. And I was like, I can't keep up.
Nah, I was in the Polo, Nautica, and then Echo. That's all I did. You said Coogee sweaters. Well, you rich for my blood. Brian's proving our point, guys.
What you talking about? I didn't have a Coogee sweater.
Brian was stealing.
Brian was scamming. He was hooking up with the chicks who worked at the fashion store in the mall.
Right.
Yeah. I had no Coogee sweaters.
But you had them, though. At Claflin, you had them.
Hey, just wear some real long socks, man.
Huh? Well, Mobile, did your Durangos have the buckle on them? If you did, you was
didn't they all have that little side buckle thing?
Yeah, they all had that.
They all had the side buckle thing.
Not a buckle, but
yeah, because Durangos are truly like cowboy boots, but those were the more urbanized ones.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that fucking.
It's a little too much for me right now.
I didn't get him. There was some dude in a cowboy boot factory and said, "How can we get niggas to wear these things?" So they made them smooth black and put a buckle on them. Like,
the Browns.
They were going for the crossover, man. That's what it was.
They achieved what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm. For a little bit.
But yeah, that's when I started teetering away from fashion because I used to be on it, but I couldn't keep up. Especially as a college student, you was broke.
Brian had the Father MC cut.
Oh my god!
I did not.
I know it's so.
You talking about the slope?
And didn't he have the bleach in the front too?
And then he had the bleach.
I never did that. I never did that.
I know I'm losing people with Father MC. That's a long. That's
Brian
like 20 years ago, guys.
You could say Big
30
Daddy
years
Kane.
ago. Yeah. Big Daddy Kane. But Father MC is the one I remember a lot.
No,
because Jodeci used to be in his videos.
Yeah. You know what? I was listening to one of the throwback hip hop radio stations on like Sirius XM the other day, and they played this joint about Big Daddy Kane. I think that motherfucker was the hardest spitter at his time.
And he was dancing while he was spitting at you.
Kane was bad.
He was doing
scary. That's scary. He was dancing while Is Scoop and who? Who was the other dancer? Talking to you, Scoop, and what was the other dancer name?
Who are you talking about?
I don't remember.
You, Sosa. You're older.
Does Sosa remember that?
Yeah. The dancers he had, it was Scoop, and what was the other guy's name?
Oh, you talking about Kane? I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I ain't pay attention to dancers.
Okay.
Those are the ones that got the women, too.
I mean,
hell yeah.
But no,
like, was you the one doing the Running Man with the jump in, no shirt on? Yeah. Got him.
He's stupid.
But he did say cold chilling in the song like 82 times, and that shit was getting on my nerves. I was like, nigga, stop saying that shit. Everything is not cold chilling. Hey, Mobile, Mobile probably like, let me see what kind of good Big Daddy Kane shit I got in my crates. DJ Mobile was an amazing DJ, y'all. If y'all don't book this man to do y'all's events, then you need to.
Bar mitzvah, quinceañera. How you say the word?
You said it right.
Quinceañera.
Oh shit, go with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Post COVID,
he was gonna call
he
you
was
out
awake.
if you said it wrong.
Yeah, and then he would have called you racist.
Right.
Well, okay, so we got to get into topics. We sit here bullshitting. So first we want to go ahead and get the political shit out of the way because I'm fed up.
38
and it's
and 1.
December, huh?
38.
1 and 38.
38 and 1.
Oh, so he won one.
Trouble.
Yeah, they got one.
Did one. That was weeks ago.
Yeah, that was just the one about the poll watchers getting closer, right?
Yeah, all it was is like, we'll listen to this. That was his one, technically.
Yeah.
And then that got shut out later, so it didn't even matter.
That's
okay.
One.
They just want to make him happy, throw him a bone. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, you bring us some proof. We'll take this. That's all it was.
That one win was like
got a better record than you right now.
That one win was like Dallas beating somebody. Like they treat that shit like it's the Super Bowl.
Man,
like
the
all
Redskins
the other games
beat
didn't
Dallas
matter.
twice.
We about to mollywop the Redskins next week. Mollywop. Speaking of us, still
no, this is not what we're talking about.
Hey, whoa.
That game today don't count.
Let him have it. Let him have it.
I'm just gonna before you go too far. Have you ever seen Bill Burr's stand up about Philly?
Yes, I just saw it this week.
Oh, it's great. But go ahead.
I probably said I forgot.
Move off.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one.
Can I speak on it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, because I don't know what you're talking about.
So, and I heard him on I think it was Bert Strive. I can't pronounce the last name, but he's on a podcast and they're talking about it. He said the lineup was like outstanding. It was like Tracy Morgan, him, Patrice O'Neal,
damn,
and like a bunch of this is like 12 years ago, maybe give or take.
Yeah, because Patrice is dead.
Yeah, he's been
Thanks,
dead.
Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Shit.
In case anybody didn't know,
Damn.
I'm drinking.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Don't pass that off.
That was wild.
Anyway, go ahead. Shit.
So
Yeah, you drinking all right.
So you talking about the first guy went up, and they're in a park, and it's outdoors, so everybody's drinking. First guy gets up, and he just get booed off, and they're like, "Fuck it." The next two, they all right. They do a little bit, and then he said like Tracy Morgan goes up and does 7 minutes of a 18-minute set, and he's like, "All right, I'm out. Thanks." And Bill Burr's like, "This is bullshit." So he walks out, and he says he does a couple jokes, and one of them he shouldn't have did. And he said he did the next one, and he said, "You know what? Fuck this." And he just went in on the crowd. Fuck you and your Philly cheesesteaks. Fuck you and Liberty Bell. Fuck you.
So the best thing to come out of your city is a guy that doesn't even exist.
What?
He said, like, I hope one of you, all of you get AIDS tonight and herpes. And like, he went off.
What's so great is his accent makes it sound so
And that's
funny,
right.
bro.
And then he's a Boston dude. And he's like, nobody gives a fuck about this bum ass city or something. He went in, and he's steady counting down. I got 10 minutes to go, and I'm gonna do all fucking 10 minutes. I got 7 minutes left, and you motherfuckers ain't gonna get rid of me. I got 1 minute. Like, he goes down, and it's
And
like
they were probably dying.
fucking off.
It's-
And he's like 3 minutes in, he's like, all right, I'll do a couple jokes. And he did 2 or 3. I'm like, and you know what? Fuck the Flyers. Their hockey team. Fuck your hockey team. And the Phillies, bunch of pussies. And like he like just flips on them. And it's just great.
Well, let me ask you in the realm of I'm sorry, go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I got a question after this.
No, you go ahead.
So in the realm of stand-up comedians right now, so we had a few specials that came out. I don't know if y'all watched the Kevin Hart thing that came out when he was in his basement.
No, I don't like his stand-up.
And that's the thing. Okay, so
No.
I like Kevin Hart. This one was not his best.
No.
He did seem a little angry to me. Okay, like internally angry, like something's going on, and it's interfering with his
bullying complex.
No, I just think something was going on, but I like Kevin Hart. So he had his thing come out. Dave Chappelle had an 18-minute diatribe.
Was that
monologue?
a stand-up? Because I didn't see it.
It's basically a monologue.
Because everybody kind of talked about it, so I didn't want to watch it.
It's a
So
monologue.
I don't know if that was something like at the end of his set, or if that's just what he did. But regardless, he did that, and it was the same amount of laughs as Kevin got, to be honest with you.
But he's saying real shit.
He had more poignant shit to say.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Do you think that Chappelle is a more what am I trying to say? Is he a better stand-up? Is he our best stand-up comedian today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is he the greatest? Like somebody that makes you listen to whatever they say, no matter what they're saying.
I would say
right now.
Right now.
Well,
my number 2 is who Sosa was just talking about.
I was about to say between
Bill
Chappelle and Bill Burr, I would have to say, it would have to be Chappelle first for me. And the only reason why I say that is because Chappelle, like you said, like when he speaks, you listen, and even if it's not comedic, there's like comedic timing in how he frames the story.
Thank you. Right.
You know,
he got the Mark Twain Award this time last year.
Right.
He's what, 45, 46?
Yeah,
somewhere in that ballpark.
Maybe?
I know he's not 50.
No, he's about my age. So
you know what I think Chappelle is? I think Chappelle is what DL Hughley wants to be, or Hughley, whatever his name is.
Oh, he's not. He
no,
never
I think that's what he wants to be.
Yeah.
DL is, to me,
funny.
way better a comedian now than he ever was in the 90s.
I would agree.
I think DL, he never made me laugh really. But as an activist, I have to give him all the respect.
See, I could laugh when he mixed that in now. Back then, I'm like, you just pick on the crowd.
Yeah,
like, it's an art, but it's not funny.
Like,
right.
I always wonder why he was on the original Kings of Comedy, because we
didn't have a third person.
Remember, Guy Torrey left. That's why.
That's right.
Yeah.
I never learned that until I watched the podcast. I read.
So Guy Torrey was part of it.
Guy Torrey used to be part of it. Guy Torrey was like either the host, maybe originally, something like that. But he used to talk and stuff, and then that's who got on there, huh?
I said that nigga had something better to do. He could have went down in history. He had something better to do.
No, Guy Torrey was actually funny.
Guy Torrey
and his brothers were funny as shit.
I'm about to say Guy and Joe were fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I honestly think that's what DL is trying to do. He wants to be impactful and funny at the same time, but I don't think he can do it. Chappelle does that.
You know why? You know what the difference is, though?
What?
Chappelle, I mean, I'm just going to be perfectly honest. Chappelle knows how to talk to white people and knows how to get them to listen to him.
Yeah, DL does the militant thing, which is fine to me.
It's like, you see, the thing is, like, here's those point, you got to know your lane. Like,
you can be militant and funny, though, and you can't. Funny.
See, but the thing is, you can be, but who's listening to you when you're talking that stuff? You see what I'm saying?
Well,
like, it's kind of like I don't know if y'all watched Obama's interview on The Breakfast Club.
Thank you. I was about to say something about that. I said that ties into that.
And he basically said, he was basically like, look, yes, I could have been like X, Y, and Z with all this stuff, but the reality of it is, I'm not just the president of Black America. You know, he's trying to reach as many people as he can. So in that same vein, Dave Chappelle knows how to remember how even in that 18-minute session, he said, I'm about to give HBO their first nigga lesson. Remember? But he said that in the frame of how is it that I can tell these people who don't look like me to understand what I am going through? And he didn't bring anything about race and color. He brought it into it as an add-on, but it wasn't like, hey, you know, it's because I'm Black. He was like, he framed it in a way where it's like, this is just messed up. And understanding that if it's messed up, if you were in my shoes, wouldn't you look at this the same way? And that's how he does it, where
people understand.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
Hughley just basically, you know, says things for just one specific viewpoint. It's not a bad thing, because if you know your audience, if that's your audience you want to cater to, that's great. But at the same time, understand that you are narrowing your field a little bit, because if you're basically talking in a way where it's like they're not listening to you, then you just ain't gonna pick up that group.
But even within that field, he's not funny to them. Well, he's not universally loved as a funny comedian.
If I had an issue with a mass people, they would understand if I came at a group of people and I did Black versus white. There are people, even Black folk, that would completely tune me out, because to be honest with you, it's a huge problem. But there are people that are tired of hearing it.
Right.
But if I change it up and start talking about predator and prey,
right,
you know, people are more accepting of that, because they're like, shit, well, which one am I? Because they can identify with both parts. You know, so you're not really kicking anybody out of the conversation at that point. So when Chappelle does predator and prey, his last thing was predator and prey.
Right.
It wasn't black and white. It wasn't black against white. So that's why more people took that. And I think he understands how to talk to people like that. So that's why more people listen to him. So, yeah.
I mean,
they could have college classes on some of the shit he says.
Right.
To be honest with you.
They will one day. He's doing comedy.
I'm sorry, but
the one thing that stood out to me in that whole special, and nobody's talking about it, is like how he said, "That's what these Me Too bitches were talking about."
Oh shit,
man!
I was just like,
you want to talk about
people?
fearless?
I promise you, somebody was like, "Damn, I should be mad," but he made sense.
right?
So, hey, you want to talk about fearless? Because he'll say something, you be like Brian said, I should be mad, but well, I mean,
it's the way you phrase it.
Story.
That's correct.
The way you phrase it.
Do you think that pretty much he can say anything and get away with it at this point?
Oh,
you think
man.
it's like Teflon?
You know he found that out when he did the letter people thing on his last special.
But it made so much sense, though. That's the thing about it.
But he survived it because he should have got canceled for that.
But it made
the reason, you know why he doesn't get canceled? When Kevin Hart got canceled, like he cares about what people think about him because he feels that's where his money comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Chappelle did the 2 seasons, and then they tried to make him do a third, and he's like, "Fuck y'all, I'm going to Africa." Left, still beloved, came back, still beloved. Everyone still loves him.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that I can leave, come back, motherfuckers doing my shit, and I'll still make my money. I don't think Kevin Hart feels that because he's like, I have to cater to this, that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And to Freddie King, to his point, they used to talk shit about Wayne Brady. All of a sudden, he brings Wayne Brady on the show. And is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Like, Wayne is a real one if you really follow the story.
Yeah,
like he grinded. He was doing cruise ship type shit. Like he grinded.
Great,
nothing was handed to him.
Yeah, I respect that man's hustle to the fullest.
Him too, but Dave is a fucking genius for bringing him on the show after you dogged him, and then now you're the butt of the joke. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But see, what he did for Wayne. What he did for Wayne, because Wayne Brady before that had this stigma that he was for, this other culture that couldn't cross over.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you step on the Dave show, and do what you do, you'll be like, hold up, this motherfucker's kind of cool. I kind of respect this dude. Yeah, so you kind of looking in his direction now, and people saying his name that wouldn't have regularly said it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, but that's the difference between Dave, them trying to cancel Dave, and them canceling Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
And then even he came back and he stood up for Kevin. He was like, yo, y'all cancel Kevin, but why? What the fuck did he say? I forgot which special. I think it was Sticks and Stones.
Right.
But I mean, Dave is fearless.
Yeah. See,
I don't have a problem with Kevin. It's just his stand-up just not for me. Most of his movies not either, but like I like his contribution to the culture. Like,
I respect
black comedies like exploded, so I like that piece. But
Kevin Hart,
you gotta understand,
he's just that friend that just tries too hard and gets your nerves. I just don't like.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I can
like
see that.
Like even when he's on Paper Soldiers, did you ever see that?
Paper Soldiers.
He just tried too hard. The whole movie.
You never seen Paper Soldiers, Brian?
It was.
I don't think so.
You weren't missing nothing,
Brian. You must have been in the streets when BET was playing that at night.
But that movie sums him up. He tries too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I think Dave. What I think. Well, see, the thing is with movies, I like Dave's stand-up because for the most part, when he started out, I don't know about now, but when he started out, it was all him. It was his control. It was his jokes. And the same thing with Eddie. But when you step off the stage and you start doing movies, you have to abide by Hollywood's rules. And it changes your persona. It changes who you are. And it changes how you act. So you're not getting that person in the movies. You're getting this cartoon version of who Hollywood thinks they saw on stage. So that's why Kevin's movies never really make you ha-ha, because that's not what he wants to do. That's not him. It's the script with his voice. And it's nothing that he would probably say if he could make a movie for himself.
I'm just tired of that motherfucker making us.
I just don't like him. Sorry.
I mean, you know what? Live your truth, Nick.
What did he say? What did Nick say?
The only time I found them funny was on that skit from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh yeah,
that might have been the funniest thing I ever seen him do.
That is funny.
And I think that was all ad lib.
But him and Romney bounced off each other perfectly on that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, he's just not for me. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I respect that.
But I don't know. I think if somebody did like a script where they gave a basic outline, but let the comedians do what they want to do in the scene, then that shit would be great.
They can't do that. They did that with Richard Pryor in one of his early movies, and I forgot what documentary it was, but they was like, they're gonna let Rich ad lib. Yeah, this is not gonna go the way they want it to go.
I'm gonna say, and I know this is somewhat relevant, but to your point about ad libbing, basically for the movie Aladdin, Robin Williams pretty much they gave him things to like do, but they pretty much ad libbed most of that movie.
Listen,
so which is why Aladdin is probably one of his best portrayals in an animated movie.
Everything Robin Williams did was ad libbed.
Right.
I loved every interview Robin Williams ever did because he never went by what he was supposed to do when he was out there.
Right. You ever got to see his documentary on HBO, Brian?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, that was rough.
Watch his Inside the Actor's Studio.
Okay.
Watch that whole interview, and you'll be like, this motherfucker's amazing.
Yeah,
right.
He was.
But
whenever he was on Letterman or something, I watched it.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, when he used to be on Tonight Show back in the day, it was wild.
There's some people they'll let ad lib. Billy Murray, they'll let ad lib whatever. Robin Williams, go ahead.
Tracy Morgan.
But for some reason, I don't think, maybe because they think that Kevin has writers, or I don't know what it is, but I'm with Brian. Let him go. Just shoot and then see what happens.
Yeah,
I guarantee
he's funny when he's being him.
I mean,
whenever you start putting chains on him, it takes something away from it. I mean,
I really don't like it.
I'm saying, I really don't like fucking Kevin Hart.
It's not we don't like him.
He's not funny.
No,
you know what?
I don't like him.
He's just not funny to be.
I just think he's the shooting
me,
star and he helps black folks, but other than that, like he's just not for me. He's like the first to do a lot of stuff, but okay.
Yeah.
First doesn't always mean the best.
Well, let's just
Kevin.
put this in perspective.
Good for
After
you.
Soul Plane, you shouldn't have had a fucking career.
After what?
Say that again.
After Soul Plane, you shouldn't have had a career.
I mean, Snoop and like there's a lot of people in that movie who had a career. Sofia Vergara was in that movie.
I still have Soul Plane.
That was bad.
You ain't missing that.
Sophia Vergara got pretty titties. That's why she still got a career. Let's not pull punches on that. She has huge boobs. That's why Sophia Vergara still has a career.
Are you discounting? She does have like comedic timing. I'll give you that.
I don't think
that's actually hard to have.
Would she be funny, or would you even pay her attention if she didn't have an accent and huge boobs?
She was a Colombian. She was a
because I did watch Modern Family, so
I was trying to remember what show was. I was about to say Community.
Modern Family. See, Brian Rich forgot. He's remembered boobs.
No, I just remember what show it was
because
Modern
I think
Family.
she started.
I don't know. I love that show.
She started in Medea movies because I think she was on Medea.
Oh, she was. She was in the one with. No, she was in. I know she was in the one with.
First time
Angela Bassett. That one.
Meet the Browns.
I don't. No,
is it?
She was in jail. I know that. She was in jail.
Because she was her friend. They were on the bus. Yeah. That's all I remember. Because I didn't watch that whole movie.
Her was Four Brothers.
Yeah, all the movies are the same.
Oh, that was Tyrese girl, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember the fine Hispanic chick.
Yeah. Okay. Yono, Loco Yono. Huh?
Four Brothers was an amazing movie, by the way. Hey, sorry about bouncing around, guys.
It was good, but hey, yeah, and this way we can't talk about Trump. Yay, we skipped that bit.
We done with Trump. We ain't got to talk about that.
Past 30 minutes, we can't talk about him. So that's the rule now.
Yeah, we usually do that first 15. Okay. So, yeah.
Hey, but Curtis King had a good point. He said, "You know how many trash movies comedians make," and he's right. But I think I think it's the writers and the directors that fuck up some shit. Like not Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, when he wrote Stripes and Ghostbusters,
right?
He said every line he wrote for Bill Murray, he said he wrote it specifically for him. But if he wanted to go with it, do your thing. And I love Ghostbusters. Like Bill Murray, like I was in what, 6th grade when that shit came out, and I was like, yo, I love this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then you go back, you get older, you go back and watch Stripes and be like, yo, this motherfucker's hilarious. So if you had a producer, or I'm sorry, a director and a writer who gave, let's just say Eddie Murphy, because they tried to get Eddie Murphy on Ghostbusters.
Oh, did they?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
He'd be like, yo, I'm going to write for you, but at the same time, do what you feel. You're going to be a fucking star. So some of these vehicles that they give some of these comedians is trash. It's just what it is.
I think Eddie turning down Ghostbusters or quitting Ghostbusters was a smart idea. Yes. That would have taken him down a different path. Now, granted, the movies he did, later on were trash because they created a different Eddie. But at that point, he was still on top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was on top back then, though. So he was wise in turning that down because he did get a few more years of being Golden Eddie.
Only thing was good in that is Teresa Randall.
Man,
that's it. That's all.
He didn't even want to do that movie.
Did you know who killed Roger Rabbit? Who would have been amazing in that shit?
Who framed Roger Rabbit? Maybe.
Whatever. I'm drunk.
Who was supposed to be in that?
Who was supposed to? Oh, that movie's on. Where's
Bob
that movie on? It's on Disney Plus, by the way.
How many people turned that down before they reached Bob Haskins?
I don't know. Who the fuck is Bob Haskins? I don't fucking
exactly know. Like who approaches him and be like, you want to be a lead actor in a major motion picture? Like who framed Roger Rabbit? Whether you like it or not, is in the movie Hall of Fame.
Because it's ahead of its time. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich. I'm right.
World,
it's on Disney
then
Plus.
Cool World came out and he was like, what the fuck is Cool World? What the fuck is this shit?
Cool World had Brad Pitt in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad Pitt was super young. That was like 92.
And
I did like that.
And then Brad Pitt still acting and Bob Haskins is dead.
He was probably dead right after the movie. So yeah.
No, Sosa. No.
I'm gonna go back and watch Cool World. I don't remember it.
Not at all. Not at all.
Don't go back. Don't watch Cool World, man. Don't watch Cool World. Just live with the memories. Just live with
it used to come on HBO all the time.
Nah, I'm not watching Cool World.
Yeah, PG-13. I had to look it up. Wow.
It was.
That might have been.
You know that girl named Jessica Rabbit. Don't even act like you don't know her name ain't Jessica Rabbit.
I didn't. Eddie had it over his. Yes. Well, he did until what was that bullshit movie? Best Defense. I don't think he had creative control because that was a trash ass movie.
What was that? I heard about that. But
it was like the movie right after 48 Hours, and everybody was like,
yeah. And they said, I was looking at something today that said the worst movies ever made that made no money, and his movie of like 1,000 words was like one of the trashiest movies ever made. They trashed it.
I don't know what that is.
That was the one where like. Yeah, well, no, it was in the theaters, and that's the fucked up part.
And what decade?
It was a few years ago, 2011, 2008, something like that.
Oh, yeah,
it was the one where when he couldn't say any words.
Yeah,
because every time he said a word, leaves will fall off a tree. And if
why would you do that to Eddie Murphy?
And if he said too many, he would die.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah,
he must have a big check for that.
Yeah, so. That was one of the worst movies he made. So.
What's up, Rob?
Big Rob.
Rob,
no, I know.
I got to talk to y'all about something Rob told me behind the scenes, but we'll talk about this after the show. All
right.
The post.
Somebody got herpes. Oh no.
Yeah, Northwestern. The whole team
got
herpes.
It's a cold sore.
I was picking on you this weekend. You didn't see it. I said, "Oh man, his team lost."
Fuck that.
Shit, y'all had a chance to win, but it came down to like the last couple minutes.
Oh, I'm not going.
We ain't doing sports yet. We're not
No,
doing
that's all I was
sports
gonna
yet.
say.
Oh, Rob, hey, look behind me. Hey, 11-0. I just wanted to let you know, Rob.
Hey, guys, that game today don't even count. That shit
hot
was
garbage.
You know what?
Even Brian admitted, like, I don't even know if they should have played that game.
Yeah,
You even
that
admitted
game was trash.
As long as my guy is the head coach, I'm not gonna hate on the.
Oh, I agree, man. Brother forever. I will always root for him at least.
Yeah,
I don't know about the team, but him. Yeah.
80s and 90s, Eddie was Black Hollywood. I would have loved. I saw a picture of the cast of Harlem Nights and like the cast of shit. What was the other movie?
So
they were in the baseball outfits.
Oh yeah, they used to play games. I thought you were talking about now.
Yeah,
everybody
no.
did.
They were in the. They looked like they were playing softball or something, and it had like Red Fox and Eddie Murphy and
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor and all them.
I wouldn't have
wanted to hang out with them. I'm pretty sure cocaine was somewhere involved, so I wouldn't want to like hang out with them. But
wait,
they didn't get caught.
You cokehead?
You say what?
Coming to America. He make a very good point. So many stars in that movie.
Oh yeah. One of the things that I hate about Hollywood, and I feel like it was Hollywood's fault. Blazing Saddles should have been Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And in Distinguished Gentleman, the older man in the movie should have been Red Fox.
I was about to whoa, wouldn't he been dead by then or close?
No.
How early did they film that? Because Red Fox died on that Royal Family show around that same time, remember?
It was him and Delarice.
He would have been,
wasn't it?
He was still alive when they made Distinguished Gentleman. He was still alive.
And Lorenz Tate was his grandson on there. I remember that.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. And what's the girl that just drowned? She played the little girl on that show.
Naya Rivera.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. She was the little girl on that show.
So those are like leading like box office stars doing a TV show.
What are you
that
talking
shit
about?
was, and you
just
didn't
like
like
these common these like names that us or hell just black people, like people we know, like we're just randomly in a TV show.
Oh,
like that's how it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Blazing Saddles is one of those things they can never do again.
And
you can't do where the white women at. That's all I.
You know what, ma'am? Get out of my way, nigger.
I gotta go back and watch it. I don't remember much. I watched when I was little.
I showed. So Arlene had a list of movies that she'd never seen before, and that was one of them. And I showed that to her. She's like, "Oh boy, this can't be made now."
What else was on that list? What else was on that list?
Oh man, you had to hold on a second because it was like a list of like 50 movies I put on there, and she like Top Gun was one of them.
How long ago was this? Her knowing you?
This was maybe like 6-7 years ago.
You had never shown it to her?
Hey,
she was like,
"Wow,
what's going on over there?"
Here.
Over where?
Yeah, the guys must be crazy too. That was fucking weird, but
they'll never do that again. Ever do that again? You might.
I don't know that.
Hang that up.
What's that?
That's that's
one of the more offensive black movies you'll ever see.
Right. That's one of those. You got to the fucking Blockbuster at 9:00 and all the fucking good movies are gone. So let me check this shit.
Damn.
The guys must be crazy too.
I have not.
Just think about Africans. Think about it now. You've seen it. I know y'all have seen it because it was in Africa and there were a bunch of crazy shit happening with the white folk in Africa, being in Africa at that point.
And they threw.
And it wasn't like a slave thing. It was just.
I remember next to the shopette back in the day, you could rent movies. That's how long ago I remember.
Yeah. I'm going through looking at this list now, and it's like let's see. She never saw Groundhog's Day.
Oh my God!
I've seen a long time ago. I couldn't
Groundhog's Day. So I'm just gonna go through it. So Back to the Future, she just saw maybe about 5-6 years ago.
And she knew you? How the hell you never played that for her?
Because I don't force nobody to watch stuff. So but she has seen these movies. She's seen it now, but but all right, Beetlejuice.
Well, Rich, what was the biggest one that really caught you off guard?
Let's see.
Like the common person one that everybody's seen, not necessarily your favorites.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of surprised Back to the Future was one of them. But
he said, "What the what?" One of them must have caught him.
Yeah. Let's see here. Terminator 1 and 2. She never saw. She still hasn't seen 2. She thought 1 was great.
Hey,
Chris Rump. I know.
Because here's the thing funny about Terminator when you think about it, the first Terminator movie is really a horror movie.
Yeah. Say that. Yeah.
I still remember him being in the mirror messing with his eye. That shit was crazy.
It's a horror movie because you have it's basically if you take the robot out and put in Jason Voorhees, it still works.
It's the same threat. Exactly.
Well, if you think about around that time, think about the movies that came out, and it was really these movies came out when it was just movie theaters but movie companies trying to gross everybody out because it was Terminator, it was The Fly,
The Thing.
Oh my God!
There was Alien,
The Thing.
and there was The Thing, and there was Predator. All those movies came out around the same time, so it was really just movie theaters trying to see, or movie companies trying to see who could do the best effects.
The Fly was still The Fly is
The Fly is the grossest movie ever made.
If we're going by effects, that wins.
The Fly.
The Thing comes dangerously close though.
No, the thing
dangerously close.
The thing is easy. Just do a blob and let's make it kill people.
I don't know, man. You haven't seen The Thing in a long time then, because I saw it maybe about 3 years ago. Again?
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah, I don't care to watch that again. I'm good.
I'm sorry. Fly is probably the worst thing.
No. You are right on that one. The Fly wins hands down. That's some of the best practical effects work I've seen in my life.
I want to punch Jeff. What's his name?
Goldblum.
I want to punch him dead in his shit for that movie.
Because you will. It's weird because after I saw The Fly, I can't it's like I can see him in other things, but for whatever reason, that one just sticks out.
Yeah. Well,
I have to acknowledge the comment. Hold on. I have to acknowledge the comment. So,
I agree.
T-Mobile? No, you do.
I agree.
It's the most amazing movie.
I'm about to say, Brian, that's one of his favorite movies.
Hell yeah.
Bro, why are we singing? What the fuck is so singing about it? What are we singing about?
That was amazing.
Thank you, Sosa.
I can't
Love
stand
that movie. That movie introduced you to Pam and Gina, first of all.
Okay.
How about the Gina?
I mean, listen. You want to say it's right? Okay, whatever you want to, but I mean, when was Gina in House Party when she took
House Party? Yeah.
Oh, when she was in her panties.
Right. Thank you.
At the end of the movie.
I got all these people trashing Little Shop of Horrors.
Right.
Hey Brian, I never seen it.
You,
I just know the clips of when they walking down the street singing. That's all I remember.
Damn it. That movie was amazing.
How? Give me 2 reasons it's amazing.
It was an underdog movie. It was the guy who couldn't get the chick
American. That's like the American dream. You're the underdog. What? Fuck that.
No, it was a good movie. And then it had was he from the Supremes that was singing for the Planet? I gotta look up the guy that was singing.
Saint Your Night, Brian.
What's the Supremes?
Saint Your Night.
Fuck musicals, man.
Oh, not the Supremes. Temptations. Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah. No, y'all ask about a movie that I was expecting seeing just randomly. Caddyshack.
Oh, Caddyshack.
Yeah, I remember Caddyshack a while back. Yeah,
I love Caddyshack.
Caddyshack is fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, I'm looking through this. She's already seen these.
Has she seen The Last Dragon though?
Oh yeah,
Marvelous. I did the Predator King. I did see the alternate ending. That shit was dope too.
Of what?
Little Shop of Horror. Little Shop of Horror.
Why are we talking
Plants
about
won. The Plants won in the alternate ending.
God, that is hilarious.
Hey Rob, who will Rob set up? Thank you.
Hold on. Which funny thing Rob mentioned Rocky is that was also a movie that was on the list at one time.
Really?
She hadn't seen Rocky.
Never saw it.
Wow.
Yeah, we
in perspective.
Rocky could have started and stopped with that movie, personally.
To put it in perspective. To put in perspective, real quick. You said Little Shop of Horrors.
The movie was fine. I just didn't need the rest of them.
Damn it, man! You know what? Here's the funny thing about
this is self-deprecating. I'll put this up. Go ahead.
What?
You sit around watching musicals, do you wear flat pants and drink coffee with butter in it?
With butter?
No idea. Butter. Who the fuck puts butter in coffee? First of all, I like my shit. I like the salted caramel frappe mochiato.
All right, now you need to quit talking, right?
Frappuccino.
If you said vanilla bean, I'd take that over all the other stuff.
You don't like the salted caramel frappuccinos from Starbucks?
What are you
that's not
I never tried it.
That's just sugar drink with coffee flavors.
I never tried it.
That's why Brian watches musicals.
Man, there's a good ass documentary about Animal House that's pretty good. I saw on like A&E a long time ago.
Yeah, I read Animal House.
Hey, Animal House is dope.
Revenge of the Nerds was my shit as a kid.
I'll be honest.
I did rent Porky's and Porky's Revenge one time just to watch
Those
it
can't
and see
be-
what everybody was thinking about.
Every single one of those is in violation of everything we talking shit about today.
Oh yeah, hashtag me too. Eat that shit.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you can't do that anymore. You can't do it. I think like in the 80s and the 90s,
Those are products of their
90s,
time.
it was required for like women to take their tops off in the movies.
That was I think that was probably to make sure it got that R rating. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was like, if you want to make sure you push that envelope, that's how you did it.
Titties.
Shut up, Brian.
What I'm saying is, if you want to talk about Little Shop of Horrors is an underdog movie, Rocky, Stallone is 5'7" as a heavyweight. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey man, I will say this. Like,
Rob, I'm not posting that.
I'm good. Like Rocky 1, 2, and 3 are actually all right.
I love 3.
And then
If
4,
5'10", 5'11", they're all right.
3 was Drago.
No, 3 was
Clover
3
Lane.
was Mr. T.
Okay.
3 was
Clover
Clover
Lane.
Lane.
Yeah. 4 was Drago. And
that
that movie was strange. And then 5 was like, what?
Tommy Morrison.
Now I'll be honest. Now Rocky, like Rocky Balboa, Rocky 6 is actually a good movie.
It's decent, yeah.
And then you got Creed 1 and 2, which I hope they stop. Like
Rich,
I hope after 1 and 2 we're good.
He was 6 years old. Rich.
I know, but still, I thought it was I thought it was a decent movie.
I enjoyed Creed and Creed 2 just because Michael B. Jordan is amazing. I think he's an amazing actor.
Okay, but you don't
now it's
they rehashed Rocky 1, 2, and 3.
I mean, they kind of
they
did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like you know where it's drawn from, but like for me,
so you're trying to bring in a new. So you're okay with them bringing in a new audience?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'll give you that.
But the thing about Creed though is that they already went through all of Rocky's story arc in a way, so you're kind of done after that. So there doesn't need to be a Creed 3,
right? Okay,
that like 1 and 2, and we're done. Like that's it. Like there's nowhere they can really go.
Hey Rob, I'll fight you anytime because Drago was on steroids. Don't forget, they showed him getting fucking injected. Don't forget that shit.
and Dolph Lundgren, he's like a legit black belt. Didn't he? And I just learned this actually in the movie in part 4 when he was fighting him. He actually put Rocky in the hospital for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, they didn't like.
So they had to stop production. Yeah, Rocky wanted him to hit him for real. He was like, "We need this to look real," and like Drago like broke some shit.
Well, yeah, they didn't. Like
Hey, so he got Nate Robinson.
What's his name?
He got Nate.
What's his
he got
name?
Nate Robinson.
Who?
Dolph Lundgren.
What's Drago's real name? Whatever his name is.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph. Yeah.
He didn't like Stallone, so he was trying to hurt him.
Hey man,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes
well, Stallone
like
wanted the effects. He said he wants a hit that looks real.
Yeah, well,
he was like he went through.
He got what he went for.
Yeah, he fucked up a body shot is what it was, and he said he like broke some ribs and fucked up his lung. Like he was in the ICU after Drago hit him.
Sometimes they like that, man.
Yeah, he had to stop production for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Listen, Dolph is what 6'6", 240, 220, some shit,
something like that. I don't know. He was big back then. But
he's got a 4th degree black belt in the Japanese style martial art, and he has a degree in chemical engineering,
and he has a degree in right.
Yes,
no, for real.
Yeah,
he's a very smart guy.
He's not the Russian stereotype.
He doesn't need Hollywood
spy.
He doesn't
need
spy
credentials. No, those are spy credentials.
Damn,
we need to check this motherfucker's background out. But so Nick mentioned something, and I guess we kind of want to touch on it. So you mentioned Nate Robinson. So Nate Robinson got his ass lumped up the other day because he thought he could practice for a week and box.
Well, listen. Thoughts on that? There's a school of thought that what Brian just said. You thought you could train for a year. I gotta drop a show. Tell them motherfuckers, fuck you.
No, he's going to that Oregon show he said he was going to last time.
Oh, yeah, where they think he's fucking stupid, but he's smarter than all of them. Yeah, tell them fuck you.
Last time I met people from Oregon, they were swingers.
So let's talk about yeah, like I said, Nate Robinson. Who did Nate Robinson play for?
On that. There's two schools. What Brian just said, you train for a year and you think you're a fucking fighter.
Mm-hmm. Well, did he really train though?
There's another school that says, well, if you get in the ring, anything can happen. You're putting your life at risk. We should respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the middle where I'm like, if you're
a year is not long
you're
enough.
not ready, don't get in the
ring. A year is not long enough. Yeah, I've trained for boxing. Sosa's training boxing. A year is not long enough to think that you're gonna get in this ring.
That's like getting on a racetrack with NASCAR drivers.
Exactly. And you on foot. You just know the basics. He
wasn't really in shape either.
Yeah.
He looked like he was in shape. Now he's an athlete.
Is something totally different.
Yeah, it is.
Because different things, man.
LeBron is in shape, but LeBron can't box.
I was gonna say it's like saying that you got a swimmer and a sprinter.
Thank you.
Both competing
in wrestling.
In wrestling, right? It's like, okay, sure, yeah, you're in shape, but they're, and this is something I learned in my martial arts discipline, right? Is that everybody has different competencies, right? So you might be stronger in one area, but then another person may be faster, or let's say someone's more flexible, or let's say you have the capacity for endurance. Like all of these things matter, and it's like the tools that you have at the time for the specific task. I mean, my man trained for like a week.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
It might as well. A week and a year in boxing is the same goddamn thing.
I just don't think he was in enough shape that he thought he was going to beat up that boy, that YouTuber. He thought he was going.
You haven't been, and this is, to be perfectly honest, the way to say this is, the thing with any kind of martial art is that you haven't been hit enough to understand how not to get hit.
That makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, that makes a very good point.
Two, being able to take a punch I don't want to say it's a talent, but if you
it's an art form in its own.
That's an art by itself. Yeah.
If you don't, you don't. You can train for 10 years. Amir Khan is a professional championship level boxer. This motherfucker can't take a punch to save his life. It's what it is. He can't take a punch. Roy Jones, for the majority of his career, couldn't take a punch, and he knew that. That's why he never got hit flush. But when he finally got hit, it was like, yeah, we know you can't take a punch.
Mayweather's like that too.
No, he's taking some flush shit. He's taking some.
Yeah, he's taking some.
I'm not a Mayweather. I'm not a supporter, but he has taken some flush hits. But at the same time, he's been buckled. The problem that other fighters have with him is his IQ is so strong. If he knows, okay, I just got buckled, let me wrap him up. Let me clean. Let me clinch. Right. You know what I mean? He knows what to do. Nate Robinson, he went in. He looked like he was throwing a windmill.
and that's what Gary said. That's what Gary said. I'll put it back up here. Wait. She said it right here. She said he went out like he was about to fight. He was in the street.
Listen, he was trying to booger hook this dude, and that does not work in the ring. I'm sorry.
It's not going to happen. And this dude is only 5'9", so he's not really tall. You expect tall motherfuckers to do what he just did. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he thought and fighting didn't have skills. I don't know.
Now, okay, so 2 versions of this. Like, you can clown this man for getting knocked out all you want to. I mean, laugh or whatever. But and we will. But he did do what a lot of people are afraid to do.
Well,
so I will give him his props for standing in the ring. Now, if he continues, I'll give him more props because you got to take them hits in order to progress. But if this is where he quits, I can't respect that.
Well, part of that is, do you know how many Hall of Famers got knocked out in sparring that nobody knows about?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like you in any form of contact martial art, you have to. There's a certain proficiency you got to gain just for being able to take a punch, knowing how to throw it, knowing how to like evade. It's like in any fight, you got 3 options. Either you get hit, you block, or you get out the way. It's those 3. And once you master those 3 inside of the context of what you're doing, that's how you win a fight, or that's how you're able to successfully engage in one. Yeah. My man, like in 1 week's time, you don't learn that. So Brian, to your point, so to Brian's point, like you said, it's like, okay, if he starts and he decides this wants to be his next thing, great. We're laughing at him, but let's be honest, like you said, most people have never probably actually, even in a structured environment, actually engaged in hand-to-hand combat with someone else, right?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? So there's that.
Think about what constitutes a fight nowadays. A sucker punch.
Right.
Bitch, that's what you think a fight is? Oh, he beat his ass. No, he got hit and he wasn't looking. Right. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, all the great boxers or all the great MMA people or, whatever fighting style you're looking at, when you look at their records, they could be like 35-1 or 35-2. I guarantee you that 1 or that 2 is a Nate Robinson fight because they had to go through that. It had to be thrown in a situation where you are in a real situation, and this is what you have to do. I mean, you can only coach somebody so far, but if they can't box, they can't box.
No, I guess the thing is though, and we don't never know the answer to this. It's just what was his mindset going into it? Why did he do the fight? If he's really trying to train, then okay, like you said. But if he's thinking, let me try this. I'm only fighting some little YouTuber. You got what you deserve.
The problem was.
And what you just said. So the other thing, you get into a ring, do you really want to underestimate somebody?
Nah, never, bruh. Ever.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's how you got knocked out at least. You
put the dukes up. Put him on.
His hands weren't nowhere near his chin. No, he walked into the punch doing this.
Do you think he just like lost form and just kind of went crazy a little bit? Because there's no way you train without learning that you put your hands to your face. There's no way.
To what he didn't train. To what is not is what Rich was talking about earlier. He was saying, you're supposed to blah 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 blah, And I think one of the famous quotes in boxing from Mike Tyson is actually, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face.
Get in the face, you're right. And that's what I'm saying. I wonder did that happen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
This is he hit in the face twice.
He got hit a couple times. But so the problem with that is some people, and I'll say for me, for instance, this is why I can't. Lord. I'll use myself as an example. I can't spar because as soon as I get hit good, it's a wrap.
Chicago.
I'm not going 75%. We're fucked. This is going to be a gym war, and I don't fucking care.
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
And that's just, maybe he got hit and he was like, instinct took over, even though you don't know what you're doing. Instinct took over, and it's fight or flight. And
I think that kind of goes to training, though. If he trained, he's prepared for that.
That's exactly the point. This is why you do fundamentals, because you learn all of these things. Because I've been hit before, and it's like, oh shit, I just had my chest caved in. Once you get hit, what type of okay, my hands were here. Now they need to be here. Okay,
you gotta. It's the thinking man's sport. To be honest with you, like I'll tell you a quick story, real quick. When I was training for boxing, I was in college. So me and my homeboy, we walk from our college dorm, go all the way to the gym to train, and we're training for like a month. And we're getting compliments. Oh, you guys are going to be great. You guys are going to be amazing. Blah blah blah. Month go through. They called my homeboy in the ring to spar. So I'm like outside the ring, doing my shadow boxing or whatever, trying to, because I was next. And then I heard the worst noise, like you picked up a slab of ribs and dropped them on cement. He got hit in the face. And that shit affects everybody around the ring.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. That shit sounded like it hurt.
Yeah.
It was the worst noise you ever heard. So imagine being the person that gets hit in the face. So at that point, all your shit goes out the window. Whatever you thought you was gonna do.
Yeah.
It's done.
Listen, I've been hit so hard, my hands dropped. I looked at my coach and I looked back and I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
That's hilarious, bro.
Or you have that.
So I don't blame. Exactly. Why did I get in here? What was I doing?
You have that moment too when it's like you get hit and you're like,
yeah.
Why today? Why today? See, but this is the part people don't talk about whenever you are in any martial art or any sport like that, right? It's like you're going to get hit. You're going to feel pain. You're going to know what it feels like for the air to leave your body and you thought you were breathing in, right?
Yeah.
No one talks about this part.
Nobody. Because everybody loses their shit for like 2 seconds.
Correct.
Yeah.
The true training is what you do in those 2 seconds.
That's right.
There you go. That is the training. And it can happen because you lose your shit and your hands go down and your face goes out like, what the fuck? And then bam, here comes another one.
Dude, I was like, and then I don't know how you guys. Well, I was sparring, and the dude hit me so hard, my hands dropped. I was like, and in that second, I'm thinking we're gonna talk about this in the locker room, but I'm fucking you up right now. I'm not. This is not okay. I don't feel good.
That is fucking hilarious.
And mind you, I'm 16, 118 pounds. I'm nothing but speed. I am no power at all.
Yeah.
I lit this motherfucker up. I threw a 100 combination punch, and it didn't fucking matter.
Yeah, because he didn't feel it.
No,
he didn't feel it.
No, he felt it. He felt it about the 80th punch. He felt it.
The 80th.
I swear to God, I went in on this motherfucker.
Yeah. So, like I said, you joke and you pick on Nate.
You. Yeah, 108. I was 16. That motherfucker.
I ain't gonna front. When I was 16, I was 175. So
shit. When I was boxing, I was 125, 130.
Oh, I forget. I'm sorry. I was 5'9".
Thank you.
So let's move to the main, right? The main fight.
Yeah, let's go to the main event.
Tyson versus who was he fighting? I can't even
remember. Fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
y'all must have forgot.
That happened. They had a lot of stipulations that people really weren't aware of before the fight, so there was no knockouts, and the first person to bleed, the fight's over. Blah 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 bullshit.
So, did you guys realize how many times Roy Jones actually got hit in the head?
No,
I thought he did.
He got hit in the head. I saw a picture where he got hit in the head. If Roy Jones got hit in the head one time by Mike Tyson as a heavyweight, that should have been a rap.
I think if they let Mike do what he wanted to do, that would have been a wrap. And Marcus, you know what the problem?
Suck a bag of dicks.
He was built.
I'm gonna put this up just so people can know why.
I don't know.
So you flashed it. I'm like, how can people see that?
I was 16. Right. You piece of shit.
So,
no, but
I think the issue. I think the problem now is that people saw that fight, didn't know that they pretty much had Mike's arms tied.
Yeah.
In the boxing match. So that was not what he wanted to happen in that fight. Mike had control of that. He could have not just knocked Roy out, but probably killed him if he wanted to. And I don't think people really pay. You got to pay attention to the facial movements. And Mike was in heaven. Like, he loved hitting people. He even said in an interview he's depressed without boxing.
I mean,
so
I hate to say it, but if you know his story, you know he's been abused. So this is him this is his therapy. I hate to say it like that, but it's his therapy.
Yeah. See, there you go. And Tyson even admitted, he said, I was just hitting because I knew I could knock him out.
There you go. Do you think, and there was some bullshit talk about a year ago, before Wilder lost again, bum ass. He could beat Tyson at his peak. No, because Wilder's full of shit, man. I think Wilder's full of shit. He makes so many excuses for losing the last fight.
Yeah, Mike at his prime. I don't think anybody had any defense against Mike's
only person
shit.
To be Mike his prime is Mike.
Mike was boxing.
Thank you, Nick.
Mike was fucking boxing. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but once you have a video game character in your honor,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mike was, it's hard to find people who are both defense and offense. Mike was amazing with his defense. You couldn't get through his arms for some reason. You couldn't touch him.
Made out of damn concrete.
This motherfucker's 5'10".
Knocking people out.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I gotta post it. I gotta post it. I gotta let him have his point. Yeah. Ain't no way.
Marcus thinks LeVar is fucking great. So let's just put that shit.
LeVar who? Burton, you must be talking
LeVar,
about.
yeah, ball pussy ass.
I can't stand that
LeVar Ball.
He talks too goddamn much.
Listen, a train.
And we were about to get on this, Kerry.
Don't worry, we're gonna talk about that.
Oh, don't get me started with this dude.
Hey, Rich. You remember we were talking about Rocky Balboa, the movie?
Yep.
Lucky Balboa.
That's Holyfield right there.
Right, but see, and this is like the real ending because Holyfield's gonna die at the end. He's gonna take the route of Apollo.
Holyfield moves like an old dude.
I really hope
that'll be a wrap.
I really hope this isn't. I hope this isn't an exhibition. Like I want them to box. Like I don't want any stipulations.
Okay.
I want 12 rounds. What is it? 3 minutes? 4 rounds.
No. If we're talking about brand new dudes coming in, it's 8 rounds, 3 minutes each.
Yeah, and that's what we want.
They can stipulate it.
I don't want the whole no knockout, no blood.
I don't think any state is gonna sanction a 58 and a 54-year-old fighting.
There you go.
Not gonna die on my watch.
Have you been watching 2020? We've done everything. It's time.
You're right.
No, Brian, no.
It's time. Let's let it happen.
I mean, they're not going to sanction a fight within a month, though. That's the problem.
Is that when he wants within a month?
Well, what you saying 2020? We're about to hit 2021.
No, but I'm saying we're 2020 has brought us so far past of the path of return or however you say that shit.
the point of no return.
Point of return.
No return.
We're done. We're done. We might as well just start doing kumites now. And we already had Mortal Kombat. Didn't they do the last thing on an island or some shit?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but no.
Yeah, so it's done. Let's go ahead and sanction this fight. Let these two old guys kill each other because I want to see it.
Too many.
Man.
This isn't wrong.
Good.
This ain't wrong. So
y'all wouldn't watch this fight?
We would watch it. They wouldn't sanction it.
See, yeah, that's the key part. Is like, yeah, no one's gonna be like, yeah, this is okay, this is fine. No one's gonna do that.
This is fine.
And Carrie, pull up Carrie. Hey, Brian, pull up Carrie.
Right.
If you pull up, if you think about it, boxers get hit more in the head than UFC fighters.
That's right.
But when she's thinking, and Carrie, I don't want to talk for you, but when you're saying UFC fighters be about to die, that's more of an immediate death. Boxers, their shit is like it takes a while for them to die, but eventually that shit is gonna get them.
I mean, she's saying like right after the fight, somebody dies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a lot of that in UFC. You see a lot of it in boxing because of the accumulation of punches.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, man. Mm-mm.
UFC is so new. UFC is so new, and I know it's probably 10 years old, but I mean it's so new. We don't know the long-term ramifications yet. Yeah, but we don't have any senior citizens that used to box. I mean, that used to do UFC. I know it's 25 years old, but it's still new. It's technically new.
Shamrock is like 60 years old.
Ken Shamrock is wrestling
he's old
right now.
But he's a UFC fighter.
He's not able to do it anymore.
I'm just saying.
Boxing has been around since Jack Johnson. And when was that?
Oh, before that.
Black Jack.
No. This before that. Yeah.
So you've had boxers to be born, midlife, box, then die. So
what I agree with Credit King though. If we're gonna talk about boxing and Tyson is really legit, he needs to fight Wilder. I don't want to see Holyfield. I'm sorry. I don't want to see.
I don't want to see Holyfield either. Like I think Holyfield's done. No. Like there's no way to bring that man boxing career back.
That motherfucker got 67 car dealerships, 40 kids. It's wrap that shit up, B. Marcus, shut up. Go to sleep, motherfucker.
But he's for real. UFC used to be no holds barred. I mean, it was when it started. Yeah.
But by 98 that changed. So
because I would like to see somebody needs to do some real studying of boxing styles to figure out who Tyson needs to fight, because he doesn't need to fight Holyfield. No, but he's good enough to fight a younger boxer.
Yeah, but
who's not going to murder him.
Yeah, somebody on his level.
Okay, so now you're cherry picking though.
That's gonna exactly, and I would say
you're cherry picking.
Yeah,
this is where the slippery slope comes in because now who does he box?
Nobody.
Why does
if you're gonna get to that point,
Tyson wants to box. Listen, and Tyson is going to box.
So let the top
because
three.
He's money. Tyson's money.
You're right, 100% right. The top three right now is Anthony Joshua, Fury, and Wilder. Those are the top three heavyweights right now. A prime Tyson, a focused Tyson, a well-trained Tyson, not on cocaine Tyson, can beat all of them.
The devil came and got him.
Oh God! Really?
That motherfucker was evil. But anyway,
from Miami, evil, rude.
I agree with Marcus that Tyson's been done for
years ago.
Yeah, it was a minute.
Yeah.
No, I think Tyson got stuff in the tank, man. He still got something in the tank.
But does he have? So let's put it in perspective. He's 54. Holyfield was 50 when he got knocked out by the white dude.
I still remember when Tyson was 23. This shit blows my mind.
I remember when he was 18. So I'm gonna
old ass niggas.
Fuck you.
You're older than me. Shut the fuck up.
I was gonna say, Brian, what are you?
My point is, y'all talking about Tyson at 54 after not fighting for what 17 years, give or take. Holyfield. Holyfield. Fuck him. Hopkins has been fighting.
Whoa. Bernard Hopkins.
Well, admit this then. Go ahead.
Continuously.
Put that up.
Mark, you the same age as me. But admit this though. The end of the fight. I don't know if y'all seen this, but the end of the fight. Jones is like maybe 2 or 3 years younger than Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong? Right.
Yeah.
They were standing side by side with the announcer. Mike was chilling. He was happy. He wasn't breathing hard. He has the stamina.
But Brian,
he's proved it.
Let's be honest though. But you're talking about at his age to go up against somebody. Nah, man.
Brian, all I'm going to tell you, and what I was trying to say is, go back and watch Bernard Hopkins' last fight when he was like 51.
That's a different machine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's sure. I mean,
this is a different machine. This man, Mike Tyson, was built for. This is all he does. Tyson. He is built for this sport. His body is built for this sport. If anybody on this earth was built for a sport, Mike Tyson was built to box.
I mean, sure.
Julio Franco was built for baseball.
Let's look at it this way. All right. So if you're trying to say that in the sense that because Mike Tyson is, let's say, the number one boxer of all time, right? Like if we want to frame it in that lane, but where he is right now, to Sosa's point, yes, he might be the person that can do all of these things and has done some of these things. But let's just be honest. He's been out of the loop long enough to where you're let's say, for example, if you have been doing something let's say, for example, playing a certain video game. I'm just going to use that as an example, right?
Okay.
If you've done that for a long time and you put it down for a while, you might have been an ace before, but you come back to it, like let's say after a year, 2 years, 3 years, it takes you time to recondition yourself back to doing that thing. And you're probably not as good as when you were before. So it's not saying that he can't or he doesn't have anything in the tank, but to say that he is equal to where he was, even to the point of saying like he is in a different frame of mind. Like he is not the rabid animal that we think we're projecting to see. Like he's not that same man anymore.
Okay, what Rich said. I realized the last time he fought before this fight was 2005.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so
that's a person not
we were in college. Damn,
that's
think about this. Kevin Hart still wasn't funny.
But Rich, okay, so Rich, you say you play a game, you step away, you come back a few years later. If the game is even on a different console, you're gonna lose a few times when you're playing that console. Correct. But once you figure out that game moves the exact same way that it did when you were playing it, you learn the controls and you never lose your timing. You never lose what you had before.
Right.
Mike can still come back. He might need a few bouts. I'm not going to say he's going to lose those bouts. And I'm not saying he needs to fight the top people. Mike needs to start from the bottom, just like any other boxer.
But let's be honest, though.
He can still at least get right there, almost to the top before he loses. He still has something in the tank.
This sounds like somebody who wants to make an extremely bad investment. Like, no. Sure, yeah. The name sounds nice, but in reality, when you start cashing that check in, it's not gonna be pretty.
Man, like he said, made him learn 2K. I ain't never learned Madden after NCAA. I would have took people's money in NCAA back in the day.
I'm gonna be on Mike's side. He still got it, not it, but he has a variation of it that can still compete.
Mm-hmm.
And still be a contender.
Contender at that age. Like, I mean, I safely no. I wouldn't.
I think so.
I'm gonna thank you, Rich. Safely no, because the heavyweight division right now is trash.
It's been trash for a long
time. Name the heavyweight champion right now.
Fury, Anthony Johnson.
Who has the belt?
Well, because that's the difference between when Tyson was like, there's so many belts right now, it doesn't fucking matter. You got the WBC, WBA, IBA, fucking FBI, CIA. They got fucking belts, man. The ring, like they got all of these belts. So my point is, you're not gonna find a unified champion right now in any weight division. There might be one or two. I think Canelo might be unified. I don't even think Canelo's unified. Joshua and Fury, what Marcus just said. Those are the two right now because one holds 3, one holds 2. Tyson is not going to be able to fight all of them because on top of him being 54 years old, you have 2 different promoters. You have 6, well, let's say 5 different belts plus the ring belt, which is the lineal. Like there's too much. There's too much to overcome.
I would love to see him come back.
If he comes back and beats Wilder, who does not have a belt, okay, cool. Now maybe we'll give you a title shot. Could he beat Fury? Maybe. He would be gassed, but maybe. Could he beat Joshua? He got to take a lot of punches. He could land a couple punches because Joshua's suspect. He got a suspect chin. So it's like,
and Mike doesn't have it. I understand. But I would love to see it just because there's so many questions. And that's because that's why I love to see it. Now, will anybody in here fight old Mike or young Mike?
No. Why'd you even put that question up here? No.
Because I want no.
I'll fight.
Coming over here messing with these nice people.
You are stupid.
Listen, I'll fight either Mike, but I'll be on my bicycle the whole fucking fight.
It's kind of like our bike, it's kind of like our.
I'm not. If you be like, you were gonna get in the ring with Mike, yeah, but I'm not throwing a fucking punch. Running the whole goddamn time.
Yeah, I think they had a question. Damn, we got to end this. We're at 123. They had a question on satellite radio. It said, would you take for $5 million a body shot or a headshot from Mike?
Body shot?
Body shot, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Body
I'll take a rib and deflated lung. That's cool.
Listen, yeah, right.
Headshot though? No,
not taking a headshot.
Body shot, definitely not. Definitely.
Wait. You can't hit me in the kidneys. You can't hit me in the liver because I want to drink.
No. There's no stipulations here.
I got questions. I'll be having questions. I'm like, what size glove? Is it gloves? What size gloves? Is it body? What part of the body do I get to pick?
That kidney gonna be lacerated, my G.
Like he can punch me in the thigh and I'll be good. Like punch me in the thigh.
Can't punch the strongest bone in the body. Get out of here, man. That's bullshit.
Like you gotta wear 15-inch gloves and they gotta be like pillows. Yeah.
That shit still will hurt. That's the crazy part.
I'm just trying to think of like if it was a headshot, man, it's like your brain would literally do laps in your skull.
Think about it. Your brain is the consistency of Jello. Like that's your brain. Your brain is Jello. It's the consistency of Jello.
I already got PTSD and TBI. I don't need anything else.
No, that would knock it out of you. So you just that shit.
He'd be a new man.
You'll be.
How are you guys doing? I feel like reading a book today. Books.
I'm done, man.
That's nasty. Liquor's disgusting. How about a seltzer beer?
Hey, listen.
Those will be drinking Trulies for no goddamn reason.
I don't give a if resuscitation,
got it. If reconstruction.
I'm not ever drinking no seltzer beer like Marcus. Fuck that shit.
Anyway, we gotta go. So thank everybody for coming in and participating in the company. I appreciate you guys. We try to do this around an hour and a half every Wednesday. I apologize again for last week. That was on me. So we're gonna come back next week. Next Wednesday. Everybody good with next Wednesday? We good? We good?
Are you good? We good?
Are you good, motherfucker?
I'm drunk. Leave me alone. So we'll be back next Wednesday. I appreciate you guys for letting us keep you company. And if you wanna, I forgot what I usually say. If you want to keep in contact and listen to the old shows, of course, you can hit any of us. Go ahead.
Tell Brian to post them.
Yeah, post the tree thing, the line tree, the link tree.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
Tree
banner.
Good job, so he remembered it eventually.
Wait a minute, all our banners gone. No, they ain't. Here it is. Doop.
That's what alcohol does.
Could y'all put in the comment? In the comments, could you put why is Brian drunk or high when he's the moderator? Could y'all do that?
I'm not high.
Meaning he is.
Just drunk. I just drink. That's all I do.
Brian about
anyway, this podcast is brought to you by Bullet Bourbon. Bullet Bourbon.
Oh shit.
And we'll see y'all next Wednesday. I appreciate you guys. You have all been awesome. Pinch? Never heard of that.
Dimple Pinch.